Is it wrong that I force my son to eat off of dirty dishes? I'm 45 female. I love my oldest son, but he's 17 and acts like it. Our family rotates chores. Cooking, dishes, cleaning common areas are all done by each family member on different days. My son hates chores and always tries to half-ass it to get out of doing it. It's been a constant battle. Dishes are the worst. He overpacks the dishwasher so the dish detergent can't even get on the dishes. It just catches on whatever pan he shoved in front. He also doesn't rinse the dishes at all, so they come out dirty and caked in food. If we want to eat the day after he does dishes, we end up having to hand wash them. He doesn't care. Any attempt to talk to him is met with a little smirk, and he would say, "The dishwasher sanitized it." He knows exactly what he's doing. The day after his night to do dishes, I went to cook dinner. All the dishes were in the washer still, filthy. I had worked all day, I was exhausted. I honestly teared up seeing this bullshit. I didn't have the energy to make dinner, let alone do an entire load of dishes first. I quietly called my husband in and he offered to hand wash the dishes I needed. Light bulb moment. I told him yes, please, but only enough dishes for preparing the food and serving everyone but the 17-year-old. I made dinner and called the kiddos to eat. The 17-year-old sat down and saw his setting was empty. He asked where his plate and silverware and water cup was. I pointed to the dishwasher and said, "Tonight you'll be eating off the dishes you did. Go pick them out." He went pale and started protesting that it was gross. I quickly cut him off and reminded him that the dishwasher sanitized them. Husband backed me up. If he wanted to eat tonight, he will eat off his dishes. He huffed and he said he'd wash them, and I said nope, you had your chance to get them clean last night. Eat off them as they are or don't eat tonight. He yelled and said that he'd make his own food, which I said no. Eventually, he relented and found the least disgusting dishes and ate his dinner quietly. I felt bad. He looked so sick and grossed out. But I was sick of him wasting time and water and detergent, and it worked. His dishes came out spotless after, not a speck. But like I said, he's still furious and I do feel bad now that it's over and done with. Today, I fucked up by saying how kinky I am during a job interview. This literally happened about 6 hours ago. I've been searching for a new job for a while now. I'm very picky about jobs that I applied for, and I was so excited to have my application accepted. To set the scene, I'm 5'11" and do bodybuilding. I suffer from anxiety and get especially nervous during meetings. Usually I cover it up with humor, but often my face gets very flushed. I was escorted into a small room where the two women who were going to be interviewing me were sat. We got off to a good start, and I was breezing through the interview and cracking occasional jokes with the interviewers. About 10 to 15 minutes into the interview, they asked me the typical question, "What traits do you value about yourself?" My typical response to this question is that I'm proud of how disciplined I am and consider it to be one of the most important traits a person can have. It's a generic response, but usually seems to be satisfactory. Anyway, this is how the exchange went. Interviewer: What do you consider your most important and valuable trait? Me: I consider myself to be a very disciplined person and believe it's my most valuable trait. After a short pause and them staring at me blankly, I added, while also smiling at them slightly, I love being disciplined. As soon as the words left my mouth, my anxiety peaked and I got the most flustered I've ever been. I went bright red, and after a few seconds of silence, I added, "Not in that way though," nervously laughed. Blank stares. I could feel the heat shooting in my ears, and exhaled sharply, got serious, and continued on as if nothing happened. The rest of my interview went well, I think, but holy shit, it's the funniest, cringiest, and most embarrassing thing that I think has ever happened to me. I don't think I'll get the job. Is it wrong how I got pissed at a kid who answers everything with "I don't know" or give one-word answers? I, a 26 female, was asked to watch my mom's boyfriend's kid, Mark, probably 10, for a few hours due to an emergency. I'm not sure of the details, so don't ask. I never met this kid or his dad at this point. Well, I had to go to the barn, so I had his dad sign a liability form, then asked for some money to cover gas and food. I tried to be nice to him since it wasn't his fault, and then he stuck with me. I was asking some questions to get to know him, like what his favorite TV show is. He answered all the questions with IDK or yes or no. Okay, fine. He doesn't want to talk to me, so I stopped asking. I pull up and the dogs greeted us, and Mark immediately hid behind me. The dogs are very friendly. They wanted to say hi, and Mark visibly flinched away. I shooed them away, but was thinking why in the world he was so timid. And I started working with my horse, and Mark, of course, stayed back 30 feet. I asked him nicely to go sit down where I can see him instead of being in the middle of the barn. He goes off, but starts circling in the same spot in a bored way. I asked him to sit down again, but he refused. Bad timing since the staff started feeding and turn out. I decided to cut the session short and leave. My horse was also picking up on my agitation too, so not the best idea. We got into the car and asked what he wanted to eat for dinner. Mark gave me IDK again, so I asked if he liked pizza. He said yes, so I asked what kind of pizza he liked, to which he also responded IDK too. I said, okay, we're getting pepperoni, and he didn't object. A little while later, his dad came to pick Mark up, and I told him that I won't be watching his kid again. He asked why, and I tried to shrug it off by saying I barely know him, he was very uncomfortable with me, and he didn't even have fun. Technically true, but his dad kept pushing for an answer until I got mad. I said, well, it's because your kid barely talks to me. He doesn't even respond half the time when I try to talk to him. When he does, he only responds with yes, no, and I don't know. I can't figure out what he likes. Why is he so timid? How are you raising him? Mark's dad turned bright red, took Mark, and left the house. My mom later tried to talk to me and told me I was too harsh. Am I the asshole?
No offense, Mom, you're not the lady of the house either because your man's dead. That's fucked up, but it's true. Am I the asshole for kicking my mom out of my dad's old house after finding out what she's been telling my wife? I, 33 male, am beyond angry about this. Some of my siblings are telling me it was an overreaction while also mad at what she did. My wife, Kara, and I were friends for years. She was in a very toxic and abusive relationship for 3 years until she had begged me and our close friends to help her get out. It was difficult, but we made it possible. We all pitched in for her to stay as far away as possible while she got a restraining order and all that jazz. We each took turns going to visit, then she found out she was pregnant, so I helped out more. Her ex passed away from an overdose when my stepson, 7 male, was 4 months old, so since then we all became sort of like uncles and aunts to him. Around that time, I knew I developed feelings for her, but we never did anything because she had a son and personal issues to process. It didn't feel right at the time. But yes, we did start a relationship 3 years later. She's the one who first admired she's in love with me, so things went from there. We just got married. She's 5 months pregnant with our second child. I will say that yeah, my mom had issues at the start of our relationship because she believed Kara was faking what happened to her just to make me feel sorry for her and take care of them. We went through a period of not talking until she apologized, so we mended things somewhat. My mom came to stay at our house, which was my dad's house, until he decided to give ownership to me when they moved. He passed away 10 months ago, and with the economy, my mom couldn't stay where they were living before. We are still trying to work out where she can live long term. I heard my mom get into an argument with my wife because she was trying to redecorate the nursery against Kara's wishes. All I heard was my mom telling her that she's not the lady of the house just because her fake victim sob story worked on me. No. Oh my god. That's all I need to hear. Your mom's definitely the asshole. Why would she say something like that? No offense, Mom. You're not the lady of the house either because your man's dead. That's fucked up, but it's true. She looked flustered when I demanded her to tell me what she meant. And basically, she held on to that same belief, but she was willing to put up with my choices on who I marry so she doesn't lose me. Everything she had to say infuriated me. And then seeing how upset Kara was by everything, I called my brother to come pick my mom up because she can't stay here right now. My mom wouldn't stop crying not to do this to her for just being honest. Okay, she can't cry and say, don't do this to me, I'm just being honest. Honest to who? That's just your opinion. You don't know why she got with him. You don't know why he got with her. Like, oh my god. She's still at my brother's, but they keep trying to talk to me to let her come back because this was my dad's house, and of course she wants to feel closer to him. But after asking Kara if this is the first time she had said something, she revealed that my mom has told her numerous times what she thinks of her, and she kept it from me because she knew it would hurt our relationship. For that reason, I haven't let my mom come back. It's hard because I know what this house means to her and that she's still sad about my dad, but also can't forgive her for upsetting my wife. So, am I the asshole? Mom's psycho. I'm sorry. Like, why would you say that? Like, you're already with her, you're already married, you already have another baby on the way. Like, mom needs to suck it up and understand that this is the life you want to live. Like, you're happy. Why does she have a stick up her ass? I don't know.
My boyfriend took me on what I thought was a holiday to meet his other girlfriend. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 months, and he mentioned open relationships in the past, and I said to him that if he met someone else, I would end the relationship. I was really excited when he planned a trip to Bulgaria. I honestly thought that maybe he was going to propose to me since we've been talking about having kids and such. He told me on the plane that he has a pregnant partner with 3 kids who he's been with her for 10 years, and we're going to meet them. Of course I panicked at this point. I never knew this entire time that we were dating. Then he drops this on me. I asked him if he's still with this woman, he says yes. And then he says we're gonna be sleeping at her home. He'll be sleeping with her the whole time that they're there. He wants us all to be together. Of course I beg him to book me a hotel since I'm broke and have no money. I asked him why he didn't tell me any of this, and he said he assumed it would be fine since I said I wouldn't like it if he met a new woman, but thought it would be fine since it was someone he's been with and he's still with. He said the choice is mine if I want to accept it or not. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in Bulgaria for 6 more days. He asked me if I want to go meet his family tomorrow, and then he told me if I go to the police, he will never talk to me again.